Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going over the newest launch from Colourpop. This will be launching tomorrow, but they have a new mega palette coming out. I know you guys always get so excited for these, as do I. This is called the Smokin Hot Palette. Now honestly, I should be packing right now, but I just got this today and I'm like, I have to film with this before I leave. I'm leaving tomorrow for a little road trip to go to Fort Worth, Texas, Dallas, Texas area for Memorial Day weekend. We're going to be taking our little jet boat along with us and hopefully meeting up with some friends there to check that out. But I've also never been to Texas, so I'm really excited. But yeah, I definitely wanted to film with this before I left because I'm really excited about this one. So this is called, again, Smokin Hot. And as you can guess, this is a mega palette filled with gorgeous warm tones for summer. I mean, look at these tones, you guys. How pretty! So on my little card here, it says spice up your looks with 30 all new warm sizzling shades of burnt reds, rich browns, terracottas, and sparkling golds. Go for a bold red smoky eye or keep it neutral with soft glam browns and bronzes. Either way, you'll look totally fire. So fun. So we're gonna get into this. I'm really excited because I feel like I haven't had a good warm toned neutral-ish palette in a while, and honestly I don't think Colourpop has done a ton of this color story either, so I think this is kind of a new and fresh idea for them. I will go ahead and put these swatches up here for you. Again, this does have 30 shades, so that's a lot of shades here. I had to double up the swatches, but it does go from your lighter tones, you got your mid tones, and the deepest on the bottom. I love how it's all laid out, and there's definitely a mix of shimmers. There is a couple like of their glitters, which they have a newer glitter formula that I actually really enjoy, and of course mattes. So that's kind of a look at the palette. This will be launching tomorrow, and Colourpop is doing a 30% off site-wide sale tomorrow as well, but it does not include the palette. I saw that in my email. So you can get 30% off everything else though if there is a couple things you've had on your wish list, but you also want to snag this new launch. This will be going live at 10 a.m. PST, which is 12 p.m. my time, Central Time. I always post a little community post when it's available. I'll be in the car, so I will definitely be free to post when this is available. So check that out with their Memorial Day sale. It lasts from May 25 through the 29th for the 30% off, and it just excludes this new palette as well as the Alice in Wonderland collection and the Lavish collection. So a couple of their newer launches it will not include. So that's a look at the palette. Again, $35, launches tomorrow. You can use my code 5LeahJanae on this one. Sometimes my code will not work in the first minute. You might just have to give it like a couple minutes. I don't see this one selling out. Personally, I think this is one of their permanent ones. Usually their mega palettes stay around for a while. I mean, it might sell out within the couple weeks, but definitely I don't think on launch day it will, just because they should have plenty of this one in stock. I don't know if this would come to Ulta. I don't think Ulta gets the mega palettes usually. Let me know down below. But yeah, that's a look at this. I am going to do 2 looks for you guys today, including this one I have on. So let's get into the looks. So usually I like to do one more neutral look and one a little bit more colorful, so let's see what we can come up with here. Let's start more neutral. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my BK 211 brush. This is my favorite crease brush, and I am going to dip into Showstopper. This is like a really pretty rusty peach, and we're gonna place that in the crease. And the reason why I love this brush so much is it's awesome for smaller eyes like me. Let me zoom you guys in so you can see a little bit better. So we're just putting that all up in there. Really nice pigmented matte. And doing the same thing on the other side, of course. Alright, on a BK Beauty 202, let's go with, I'm really leaning towards this chai latte color here. It's kind of a warmer brown. And we're going to place this in the outer corner. Another really good quality matte. On the lower lash line, using a BK 210 brush, I'm going to mix the chai latte with this darker brown hot chocolate together. Alright, next we're going to take a little bit of Let It Burn. This is a really pretty copper, and I'm just swiping this on the center here. This one's not super metallic, but it still has a nice shimmer to it. I'm just getting a little bit of fallout on my face here, so I'm going to wipe that away. We're gonna pop on this glittery tone. This is their newer formula glitters, which are actually really nice. They're not like super chunky, but they give you that extra sparkle that I just love for an added effect. And you can go like thick if you want with these, or you could like scatter it lightly across the lid, but these are just gonna give you that more dramatic sparkle. And yeah, you don't need glitter glue or anything. It performs like a regular eyeshadow. It just has like a little bit more of a creamier, almost gel-like base to it, but the sparkle is not gonna move or transfer anywhere else on the face. I'm gonna wet my brush and dip into this Sahara color and put this in the inner portion. And with this one, I'm just kind of placing it with my brush and then tapping it in, because Colourpop shimmers just blend better with the finger. So that's kind of what we're doing. And I'm just adding just a little bit more of the glitter on top of that. Alright, concealer is applied to clean up underneath. I am going in with this Colourpop liner in Overboard for the under eye here. Then I thought I would highlight under the brow bone with this nice kind of, technically it's a matte personally because it has that sparkle in it, but you won't really see that. This is Death Valley, and we're just gonna highlight that underneath the brow bone. And now I'm just adding a little Maybelline Sky High mascara here. So here is our look number one, something a little bit more, you know, neutral but still very warm, but something you can wear every day. I love this. Like, it was so easy to do. I really loved the formulas of the shadows we used so far. I am excited to do something a little more colorful for look number two, so let's get into that. Alright, on to look number two. I'm going to be using most of those same brushes that we just used, and I want to do something maybe a little bit more colorful, we'll see. So I'm gonna dive into maybe more of this plummy berry color. This one is Hot in Here, which totally reminds me of Nelly. I actually saw him at the state fair in Iowa last year, which was actually really fun. All right, so let's put this also into the crease. It looks more berry, I feel like, in the pan, but it's actually pretty red on the eyes. I'm kind of fading it out a little bit too, just kind of messily, so it extends our eye up a little. Next, let's take Faint of Heart, and I'm kind of putting this in the outer half. This one also goes on more red toned, I would say. It is kind of like a burgundy, even though it looks more purple in the pan. I'm gonna deepen that up even more using the Hot Chocolate shade. Same brush, just using all the same brush for these mattes. I'm gonna take this shimmer on the lower lash line called Java. It's like a brownie purple shimmer, and I am wetting this brush. This is the BK 204. Just because I want this to stay and not really get any fallout anywhere. So we're just going to kind of swipe this along the lower lash line. And then just taking what's over left on this little crease brush, I'm just blending out those edges. Now I want to take, let's try this Extreme Heat color. This one definitely looks purple, so let's see how it looks on the eyes. It's still looking very red. I'm kind of surprised. I really thought that these would go on the eyes maybe a hint more purpley, but they definitely pull so red on me. But this is giving kind of Urban Decay Naked Heat vibes a little bit. Let's do a little bit of this glitter on top just to see what this does. This is burning up, and I'm just kind of lightly going to tap this on the eye just because I love a good shimmer. And before we get into this very inner corner, I am going to conceal just because I have a little bit of a mess to clean up here. And I want to try and keep this concealer like at an angle while I'm cleaning it up. So just kind of brushing it up like so, just to clean up underneath. I'm going to go back into Death Valley, more of this like matte cream, and brighten up with this one. I'm just kind of placing that a little bit into the inner corner as well. Okay, let me finish up this makeup and I'll show you guys the final look. Here is the completed look. This is the one you guys saw in the beginning of the video, but here's how it came out. It's very red, very sultry, still really fun for summer. Let's get into my thoughts so far. Okay guys, I want to give you my thoughts so far trying out the new Smokin Hot. We were able to do 2 looks today and they were honestly pretty simple, easy to do. I was very impressed with the formula of this. Like, I feel like their mega palettes always have top tier formula when it comes to Colourpop. The mattes were so incredible in here. I do like the fun glitters since some of these more shimmery tones aren't quite as metallic. It's nice to add the glitter on top. A lot of these are more satin, but they're still really super smooth and soft going on the eyes. I would say my only complaint is I feel like with these big palettes, of course, it can get a little bit repetitive with some of the looks that you're gonna do, and some of these I thought were gonna look more purple on the eyes because they swatched a little bit more purple, actually turned out to be very red. So there's a lot of red going on here. I would definitely say you would have to like warm tones if you get this palette, but I love these tones, especially for summertime, and I don't mind this look. Like, usually I'm not a fan of super bright red, but I think this is like a perfect kind of burnt red that I can make it work. But there's still so much more I could do with this one. I'm pretty pleased with it, just wish there was maybe a couple more purpley tones in here to match up with it so it's not so orange and red. But I love that you could go lighter with the looks as well. You can go for more bronze. This is a really nice neutral palette, so I really like this one so far. Now if you like the idea of this but you just think this is too much, too big of a palette, too repetitive, maybe check out the Clay It Cool palette from them, because this one kind of has those very similar tones at a little bit of a cheaper price point and also a smaller scale than the new Smokin Hot. Let me show you them side by side, but yeah, you can kind of get a smaller version if you guys go for the Clay It Cool. I'll have to see if this is still available. Hopefully it is, but if you want something smaller, check this one out. But I mean, I love these mega palettes. I think they are so fun. I was surprised that I really don't have a lot of warm toned Colourpop palettes in my collection. I was looking through and I'm like, what can I compare this to? Because I don't keep everything. I keep ones that I really love, and since I don't wear a lot of red tones, I just don't have a lot in my collection. Maybe this is more of a unique color story, I don't know, but I wanted to compare it to another one of my favorite mega palettes, which is It's a Mood. So I thought I would just show these together. These really aren't that similar, but I just wanted to show you them side by side. Obviously this has a lot more options when it comes to color. You got your blues, greens, but I just thought I would show those together in case you were wondering about them. Also wanted to show it next to Bare Necessities. I just got Bare Necessities on my Charleston trip actually. I did not have this palette before, but here these are compared to. Bare Necessities does have some warmer tones in here, but it also has a mixture of cool tones as well. So if this again is too repetitive for you, maybe check out this one instead. This one will be part of the Memorial Day sale for 25% off. So I just wanted to do those quick comparisons, but overall I really like this. If you like warm tones, this is gonna be your palette for summertime. Let me know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. Is this something that you're gonna get, or is it something that you're passing on? I really enjoyed our looks today, but I'm gonna let you guys go. Again, I'll have the link down below with my discount code if this is something you want to pick up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.